What's going on, YouTube? Hope everybody's having a good Sunday. I just wanted to pop in here with a very quick video. It seems like you guys liked the last one where I'm just having this conversation with you. So, no editing, no sound effects and music and stuff like that. Let's just get straight to the point on what's going on in the Bitcoin market. I have so little time. Obviously, running a cryptocurrency specific business has its ups and downs for sure. So, I've been a little bit hectic. I was up since 4:30 this morning on Sunday, pushing myself as hard as I possibly can. Hopefully, you're doing the same for yours. But again, I wanted to give you guys perspective on what's going on in Bitcoin in the cryptocurrency market. I want to show you, I want to pull open like my brain and show you how I'm able to be this calm in the market and how of course, it affects me, right? Especially if I have, people's livelihoods are depending on me. And the cryptocurrency market is like, crazy, of course. It definitely affects me. I want to be clear with everybody. I'm not like a robot. But I will say that, I've learned to deal with it. And through my experience, it's made me a better trader, right? I can trade emotionless. And things like these big percentage drops and my portfolio losing, hundreds of thousands of dollars in like 48 hours is pretty common. To be honest, guys, if you've been in crypto for more than 3 years, you've experienced everything at this point. So let's go into this video a little bit. The first thing I want to show you is this right here. I know you guys kind of already saw it, but there's 785 million people that don't have access to basic water services. There's 884 million people and they don't have safe water to drink. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because your life's not over, okay? You losing money is not the end of your existence. You'll be okay, okay? Money is not even technically really you. It's not yours. It's the world's. It's just transferred energy. And just remember, there's other people on other sides of the world that have it 1,000 times worse than you. So let's have some perspective. Let's have some gratitude for the situation you're in, no matter how bad it is, no matter if you lost money, no matter if you're one of those people that have bad water, you have to have gratitude for your situation because it could be much worse. And this is like one thing I've used to, believe it or not, predictably grow my business and make money in crypto. Like just having gratitude for your current situation. Go outside, take a deep breath. The world's not over, right? Like there's no reason to think about committing suicide. Like I was looking at Twitter, it's ridiculous, the cryptocurrency community, how crazy it can get. But guys, like seriously, think about your mental health, think about your well-being, because at the end of the day, we're all gonna die. We're all gonna die one day. That's the one thing I can guarantee you. I can't predict the price of Bitcoin, but I can predict that you're probably gonna die for sure. Not probably. There's pretty much a guarantee. So if that's the case, then this is just like, 90-year game until you pass away, right? So, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, right? It's not going to kill you. So who cares? And I want to say that again from my heart, because this is what I use. It sounds so simple, but gratitude is so powerful. It allows you to think clearer. It allows you to execute in times where everybody's crazy and emotional, right? Put things in perspective, realize that it could be just much more bad. Like it could be worse. It could be horrible for you. But it's not. And then let's actually go into some data. I'm sorry to get all, gushy, but I think it's relevant because I'm just looking at some of these comments. I'm looking at Twitter and these guys are out of control. Okay, just relax, take a deep breath. It's okay. All right. So first thing I want to show you is you guys obviously know that Bitcoin has its halving events, right? So it's automatically programmed in Bitcoin that every so often, the amount of Bitcoin that comes out in its issuance, right? The amount of Bitcoin that comes out every 10 or 15 minutes from a block reward decreases in half. And this is where these big events are right here. So this is how much Bitcoin was coming out when it first started, basically the inflation, how much Bitcoin is being mined. Then there was an event where it split in half, right? And we see this here and it's split in half and it's split in half. If you noticed, the price of Bitcoin goes up with these halving events, okay? And everybody knows this. And I want to explain this for, newcomers. But this is like the biggest catalyst for Bitcoin. It's a scarcity element. I want you to think about Jordans, right? When you go to the store and you buy a limited pair, if there's like a really nice pair of Jordans, there's only 10 on earth. These things are going to be extremely expensive, right? Extremely expensive. It's the same thing for, Bitcoin. Believe it or not, but there's money out there that is not scarce at all. Pretty much all forms of money, except for like, commodities like gold and silver, are not scarce. So Bitcoin has a strategic advantage because it's hard coded And you could verify it by looking at the source code that they're going to have these halving events. And this would continue until there's no more Bitcoin that's going to be, printed or minted, right? So again, these are catalyzed. You can see literally after these events, and even a little bit before, we have these big parabolic swings. And this is, the 4-year cycles that everybody talks about. And as you can look at ours, we're kind of concluding in this cycle. It looks like we might go into a bear run. But again, let me make you guys feel a little bit comfortable. Seriously, it's not that big of a deal. It's not the end of the world. So I've been talking about this fractal for a while. Now, although it did go further down than I thought it was going to go to like 36, 37. It came down to about 35. I've been saying it over and over again. We're going to have a pullback. It's not going to reverse till the end of the month. Okay. We're currently at January 23rd. So I'm looking at the next 2 weeks. I haven't touched or sold any cryptocurrency at all. I'm sitting on my hands, probably looking for a buying opportunity, if anything. And we probably will have a little bounce. Even if it's a bear run, guys, hey, even if it's a bear run, we still might have a bounce, like a nice little, bounce with some altcoins are rally, and then you could take out, right? You can sell. And then there's nothing wrong with selling. You don't have to diamond hands your whole existence. I think, I separated myself last May, right around here when I called it, when I sold 25% of my portfolio. Right? Well, everybody was telling you to hodl. And, I hope you guys remember that. My coach, Miguel, shouts out to Miguel. He's still in the group. He's not a coach anymore, but he's still in the group. He made my attention. He made me aware of, some on-chain metrics and pushed my attention towards, hey, there might be a top. And I sold 25% of my portfolio. And then I went on YouTube and I told everybody, hey, I'm taking profit, and everybody hated me. And I was like, the odd man out on YouTube for sure. Everybody was so bullish around this moment, and I was like really taking profits this whole way. And then I flipped and I jumped right back in right around here, and I made some money. It wasn't perfect. Like I think I bought some Ethereum around here, so I didn't catch the perfect bottom. I think I bought some Ethereum around here as well. So I definitely didn't catch this exactly. But I definitely made a lot of money up until the moment we're at here. And I've been taking profits all along the way, as you guys know. So, I'm going to separate myself by saying, again, I still believe I still believe we're in a bull run. I just do. Like, my strategy has not been invalidated except for the price. I thought, again, the price was going to come down maybe a little bit below 40K, but we got to about $35,000. I still am not going to get scared unless we get below $30,000. Then I'll probably freak out. But at that point, man, I'm not going to sell crypto. I'm just going to consolidate it. I'm just going to put it into different coins because at the end of the day, it's a long-term thing. If you think in, 5-year spans, you always win. If you think in 1-month spans, you're going to lose, especially in crypto. I've told you guys 1,000 times, hey, never invest too much that you're not willing to lose. And I know people probably have already. It's too late for that at this point. But again, like even if you invested too much, it's okay. It's not that big of a deal. It's not the end of the world. You have, clean drinking water. Your life is not that bad. Don't worry about it. But let me make you feel a little bit more comfortable with the money because everybody's super attached to finances nowadays. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So basically, these halving events I've highlighted with the blue line. Okay, so you can see the blue line there, and we have these halving events. So we don't have enough data to really see this one, but you could tell that even before the halving events, it seems like the market already knows the halving is coming because from the exact bottom of Bitcoin's price in January 2015 to the halving event, Bitcoin jumped up, 297%? And it started increasing in value 546 days before the halving event. That's super interesting to me. That's really interesting because again, like literally a year and a half or more than a year and a half, we have Bitcoin's price on a rally. It's increasing in value. The bull run started right around here. It bottomed out over here and it's increasing in price 546 days before the halving event. So yeah, the scarcity element is definitely a factor in Bitcoin. Like the fact that there's less coming out will get these big parabolic swings, right? These big, jumps. But even the anticipation is a good thing for Bitcoin. Like literally just the anticipation of the price going up, of people, remembering the halving event and doing their research and studying and knowing that this is automatically programmed in, people buy 546 days before. And same thing happened in this recent halving event. Right around here, I was screaming at even me. You guys should, like, people have been watching my channel for a while. You can go to the oldest videos and see it. I was screaming at the top of my lungs. I was like, buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin. Now, I wasn't making complete videos about just Bitcoin because I had to run businesses and stuff like that. And I was doing other things. But around this event, I was selling things to buy Bitcoin, seriously. And the reason I'm saying is not to brag or show, bro. I was just simply telling you guys that I was in the same mindset. I was only reason I was buying it because I was a much worse trader. 4 years ago, I was not even close to where I'm at today, just to be clear. And I was still understanding what the halving event was. I still knew what it was, and that was the only reason I bought it. Two reasons. I bought it because the price was cheap, obviously, with this big decline. And then the second reason I bought it is because of the decrease of issuance in this 4-year cycle is super important. It's everything in Bitcoin. It's literally everything. So we're going to have the same psychology, guys. And remember, I came from this market. I came from over here, 2016, 2015, buying Ethereum, riding this out. Now, there's a lot of people that got in the market over here that are going to go through the same psychological pathway I did, or the same thought process I did, and they're going to buy into the next Bitcoin halving, which brings me to my next point. If we look at the Bitcoin halving dates, there's not an exact date because it's all about the block rewards and how frequent they happen. But there's an estimation that it's going to happen anywhere from February to May 2024. Okay, this is when another halving will happen. Now, I would argue and say that's probably going to happen closer to February because of the amount of transactions that are happening and the increase of block times and efficiency of Bitcoin. So if we play it out, okay, February 2024, as you can see there, about 511 days, right? 511 days. If we see a price increase, let's say we just keep going down, Bitcoin goes to 20K or so or whatever, and we happen to have to hold through the bear run and everybody's life is over because they lost money and they have to sell at a loss and their whole experience is ruined. And I'm not trying to make anybody sad or anything. I'm just saying, if we went into a full-on bear run, it's only 238 days you're going to have to deal with it. And if you hold for long enough, the market will come back roughly 500 days before the halving event, which will happen anywhere from February to May. Maybe I'm a month or two off. But patience for a year, my friends. Patience for a year. And the whole year, I'm going to continue to make videos. I'm going to continue to update you guys. I'm going to be in this market forever. I might have to downsize my company. There's things I might have to do. I might have to change up my business model to survive the bear run. But these are necessary things. I've told you guys 1,000 times that the innovation needs to happen in crypto. We need to have this flush out of 90% of the value leaving so that these developers can make and create things like NFTs, DeFi that we didn't have in last cycle. We only had ICOs. We only had ICOs and ICO scams. Now we have all types of scams. And we have, Ethereum, DeFi, NFTs, all these layer ones, metaverse. What is that, right? This was not a topic of discussion in 2017. So, patience is great. And it's only, again, 238 days. And I know that sounds like a lot for some people because they watch TikToks and their attention span's less than a goldfish. But hey, let me show you something, okay? Let me show you something. How many years does it take to get a bachelor's degree? It takes 4 years. You guys should know that. And the average salary of a bachelor's degree is $41,000, okay? And that's the higher end. I'm going to tell you from experience, that's definitely the higher end, $50,000 to $41,000 for a 4-year degree. So it takes 4 years for you to make $50K. Now, obviously, that's per year. But if you do this right, I've seen people make millions of dollars with $10,000 in crypto. I personally made millions of dollars with $8,000 in one cycle, okay? And then I made millions more in the second cycle. So it's a drop in the bucket. 4 years of bachelor's degree will not even get nothing compared to 238 days of patience, okay? Okay? It's much harder to go get a bachelor's degree than to wait 238 days at a loss of you losing money and crying about it. You can wait 238 days and cry about it. It's okay. Because again, people go to school for 4 years and make 41K. Just process that for 1 second, okay? Now, I also looked up, and there's probably no serious statistics, but I want you to ask yourself, if you work for an organization or your parents do or anyone you know, how long does it take to become an executive or a CEO? It's going to be close to 4 to 5 years. If you work for a company and you are like a perfect specimen, you can probably get to an executive role in 5 years. Okay. If you're like the greatest human on earth, you can get to 5 years probably. But if you could do that, you could definitely wait 200 and you could wait 238 days. I'm sure you can do it, right? If you could become a CEO of a company, You can wait 230 days, that's for sure. Okay. So the question I have to ask you is, what's the other option? The S&P 500 right now is tanking. The Dow Jones is tanking. What's a better investment? Please tell me. Nobody can tell me on this. No one can tell me, right? This is still, again, the best opportunity. No matter the worst crypto market in the world is still better than traditional finance, guys. The worst crypto market, let me say it again, the worst bear market that crypto can hit, all right, is still a better situation than traditional finance, and that's a fact. Especially if you trade right and you know what you're doing and you have a consistent strategy. Okay, now let me also make a little case because I do want to talk about it. Plan B is the original creator of the stock to flow model that basically gave you the whole entire theory of this halving event and decrease of issuance. And it's like that's the theory. That's what that's what everybody has adopted and has looked at in this cycle. So I would be willing to say that being that he has 1.7 million followers, one of the biggest influencers in all of the cryptocurrency space, probably like top 10 in all of crypto, 1.7 million followers is no joke. I would say that there's more people now that know of this Bitcoin halving event that they did than any other time in the history of crypto. So what I'm saying is, although I'm like sitting here and I'm averaging out this 511-day period, which, by the way, this one was 546 days before, and I'm sitting here and I'm averaging this out. Okay, it's going to take 511 days, whatever. It's probably going to be earlier than that. To be honest with you guys, it really is. I genuinely believe it is. Again, like this, it's already priced in. People already know what the stock to flow model is. They're going to buy way ahead of time, and they're going to try to buy before each other like they always do, just like they try to sell before each other. And it's going to be this cascading effect of the price going up. I don't have any tabs for you guys, but just look at the, just look at the macroeconomic conditions, right? Look at what's going on in the world. Look at, everything that's going on. But I do want to make this last point here to kind of conclude the video. And I think it's the most powerful point in the world. Too many times we put our faith in money. Too many times we put our faith in even Bitcoin and cryptos. Like, to be honest, like I'm in this forever. I'll never leave crypto. Like, this is definitely my passion, and I love it, and I love everything it stands for. But just to be clear, it has its serious flaws. Okay, so it's not the worst thing in the world for your crypto to lose USD value. And let me explain what I'm saying. There's this famous. It's not really that famous. I'm surprised nobody talks about it. If you probably ask 10 of your favorite YouTubers, I'm like pretty sure none of them know this event because they don't do their Bitcoin history research. You should definitely look into the history of Bitcoin. Now, you guys, have you read the original conversations with Satoshi Nakamoto? Most likely they haven't. Nobody really does due diligence like that. But if you did, you would know that technically Bitcoin has been double spend attacked before. And what does that mean? Basically, the security was compromised. It wasn't decentralized. And just to be very clear, this is true, very true. November 8th, 2013, this guy actually gives you the transactions. You can look at it for yourself. Bitcoin was double spent. I looked into this before. I've made a video on it. You guys can reference my YouTube channel. I don't even remember what video I made it, but you can look it up, bitcointalk.org. This is like common information. If anybody's serious about crypto, they know about this. But basically, it was a Betcoin Dice. It was like a gambling website. And they just had way too many. Users. And if you guys know how mining works, people don't mine by themselves. They join mining pools, and there was one pool that just had way too much power, and they kind of colluded and double spent it briefly. Now, I will say that it was immediately mitigated as soon as people found out that Bitcoin was double spent. They allocated the mining hash power in other places, so it was more decentralized. But the point is that, guys, nothing's guaranteed in life, right? Ethereum was forked because the Ethereum Foundation wanted to give them money back from a hacker that took money from their decentralized autonomous organization. They had a crowd sale for something, and it actually got hacked. And Vitalik Buterin literally forked Ethereum to give the money back to investors. That's not decentralization. That's not code is law. So, none of this is like set in stone, right? It's like, although it's safer, like I believe in Bitcoin more than USD, there's something that's way more important than that, right? Which to me is time. Time is the most valuable commodity. And the reason I say that is because time is actually finite, okay? Having limits or bounds, it actually has a limit. there's one thing, like I said in the beginning of the video, you're guaranteed to die. No ifs, ands, or buts. Everybody watching this video will die, okay? But I can't guarantee that, Bitcoin can't get double spent. I just can't. There's no way. It's not for sure. It's 13 years. So it's okay to not put all of your faith into something that, you have no control over, is what I'm saying. This is why people go into these kind of depressions and they can't make the right decisions and they panic sell or they panic buy, whatever, right? And they make these emotional, irrational decisions is because they put all of their faith in the wrong place. Guys, put your faith in yourself. I don't know how many times I tell people this. You must not put all of your confidence in an asset, a volatile asset. You can't do that. Because when the market goes down, your life's gonna suck. Right? You cannot put your faith in external things. You must be able to find motivation. You must be able to find, every powerful movement in your life or a powerful, trajectory or whatever you want to do must come from intrinsic motivations. Must come within. That's just the only way. Because look, time is finite. It's the only thing guaranteed finite, right? Gold is not finite. We can find more. We can, an asteroid can hit Earth and there's a whole bunch more silver and gold. It's not finite. We're finding more in the Earth every day, okay? Bitcoin, it's not finite. I mean, it's supposed to be, and I think it's, solved. I think the security and decentralization is probably not going to happen ever again, because it was early times. I mean, this was when Bitcoin was in 2013. So it does make sense that we could have kind of these colluding actors by the miners or whatever the case is. And this was the first event and never happened again. But I will say that it's not guaranteed. The only thing guaranteed is death. It is. This is true. And I think about this all the time. I think about it you have to ask yourself that question, right? You have to look at yourself in the mirror and say, hey, am I happy with my life right now? Am I happy the way things going? Because if I die today, am I going to be satisfied or unsatisfied? That's the only thing you have to ask yourself. And I'm telling you right now, if you give up on cryptocurrency, you will not be satisfied. If the market comes back and you see what's going on, you're going to kick yourself in the butt. Which brings me to my next point, guys. Use your time wisely and stop crying about it. Stop checking the price. Okay, take a deep breath. Make your decision. Sell or don't sell. Make your decision. Move forward. Okay, and stop wasting your time. Because this is the only thing that's actually finite and valuable in your life. Use that time to develop skills, read, work out, get your health in order, okay? Take a deep breath, eat some good food, talk to your wife, talk to your husband, talk to your boyfriend, girlfriend, right? Love them, right? Love your family members. Go take your dog for a walk, whatever you do for fun. Take a deep breath, it's okay. But the one thing you will lose, for sure, and it would be the worst thing you've ever done, is if you do not invest your time wisely into things that are going to make you money. I really, my portfolio is great and all, but what I'm really accomplished about, what I'm really excited, and my accomplishments in my brain are really the fact that I have all of these skills, okay? You could take all the money I have in the world right now, just take it away from me and leave me broke, and I will make $1 million in a year. And I've always said this, and I know for sure I would. Probably not a year, probably a little bit more than a year. I don't know. Time's irrelevant, right? If you're trying to live free, but I would make the money back. I know that for sure. I have a simple, proven process, and I would just spam it over. I have the skills, guys. I have the skills, and that's the most important variable, right? No matter if you lost your whole portfolio, let's say you got wiped out for everything you have right now. If you spend again, let's bring it back, okay? Let's bring it back over here. You spend 238 days saving up enough money to buy the exact bottom. With an altcoin, a winning altcoin, you can 200 extra money and make more money than you ever had in your life. More money than all the money you lost in the beginning. I mean, just do the math, right? If we come over here, right? If you would have came back to last cycle and bought the exact top right here, literally right here, 20,000, you still be in profit. You still be in profit with Bitcoin. Bitcoin sucks. So we don't hold Bitcoin, but because the percentages suck. But if you bought some altcoins, you'd be up crazy right now. You'd be up in this time period more than if you bought stocks or any traditional assets. I don't know what people are complaining about. I think the only reason people are complaining is because they bought the top and they're down 40% or so. And if they have altcoins, they're probably down more. And I can see why that hurts your soul. But again, if you just wait a long enough time period, right? The people that bought the exact top last time are in profit. right? So there's nothing to worry about, guys. It's really just a time issue. And the only thing you really lose is skills and experience. That's what is the real catastrophic consequence. The people that go over there, panic sell their cryptocurrency right now, get emotional about it, leave the market, never come back, and they miss out on this massive bear market opportunity that's going to change people's lives forever and make people extremely rich, like it's pretty much done every single time. Every single time. That is the biggest loss. So I'm going to give you an actionable step. And I don't have affiliate code for you. I can care less. Okay. I make enough money doing whatever, all the other stuff I do. This book is really good. I'm making everybody in my office read it. Principles for Dealing with the Changing World Order. And it basically explains the macroeconomic conditions and what's going on in the world and how the USD is falling. It's falling, guys. It's falling to nothing, and it's a predictable pattern. Pretty much every great nation on earth has over diluted their money and inflated their money into nothing. Literally, there has not been one nation that has not done this. So it's a predictable pattern, and the United States is just following the same pattern. And this will give you confidence because it doesn't even talk about Bitcoin at all. I think it briefly talks about it. I'm not even at that part. I'm about halfway through the book. But the beauty, again, of it is that it's not like a biased Bitcoin perspective. It's not like this guy trying to shill you crypto. It's just legitimate, tangible evidence that, hey, USD is probably going to come to a halt, and there's going to be another currency that will take, dominance over the world. And this is the first time we've had a world currency. All other times, another nation just wins, right? Another nation just has a world reserve currency, just like the United States kind of took over, right? But in this case, we actually have a chance that cryptos can get adopted in this way. And I think it's the best chance. And I think it's the obvious choice. It's almost a joke. If you know anything about money, you know it's the best chance, right? So regardless of the price, regardless of the time horizon, regardless of any of this stuff, this FUD and all these people just that don't know what they're talking about, that watch TikTok and can't look at a Netflix episode because their attention span is so small, right? Ignore them all, guys. Ignore them all. Focus on yourself. Read this book, Principles for Dealing with the Changing World Order. It will change your life. It changed my life. I know a lot about finance, guys, and this changed my life. So invest your time properly and stop crying about it. Go work out. We've been doing something in my office. You can go follow me on Instagram or Twitter to see. It's called Hell Week. We do it once a year. It's like extreme pain. Like we do, I think the first day. I'll just tell you the worst day because I'm on day 5 right now. The worst day was we woke up, we ran 7 miles without stopping. We did, I think it was 200 pull-ups. We did 500 push-up burpees. And then we tried to do 30 minutes of planking and 30 minutes of flutter kicks. We did yoga and a 30-minute meditation session, all while waking up at 5 or 4:30 in the morning. And we're doing this for 7 days straight. We're doing like extreme workouts like this. Like I think tomorrow I'm going freaking 40 degree weather in Fort Lauderdale beach water. It's going to be freezing. It's going to suck. But again, I'm focusing on myself. I'm trying to become a better person. I'm trying to increase my willpower. I'm trying to do things that I'll remember for the rest of my life. And that's what matters to me the most. Not money, not Satoshis. Time is the most valuable commodity. And you must pay attention to what's going on. But yeah, last thing before we conclude the video, guys, if you didn't know, I do have a website called thefundamentalsecrets.com. The link will be in the pinned comment below. This is where I do all my coaching. This is where I do, I have my digital course, all these things, where I give my calls and I do my live Q&As. And we just officially, starting today, because everybody's getting really panicky and, I have limited time, but we're doing something where we're going to do live Q&As every single day. So we're going to have 2 on some days, but we're doing live hangout calls, like on the phone, like a call, every single day of the week. So if you feel bad about your crypto, whatever the case is, I highly suggest you head on over to the website, thefundamentalsecrets.com, get involved with a group because, it's great to talk to somebody that knows what they're doing and be involved with a community. And like I said, I'm doing it every day. We didn't do this before. We usually do 3 video live Q&As with coaching with our coaches. These guys are really good, in some cases better than me. They do 2 hours during the week and then 1 3 hour on the weekend. They call it the 3-hour hangout. And then what I'm doing is I'm adding literally every single day a call. So it won't be like a video, but it'll be like a call. So like, guys, you can get your questions answered. You don't have to feel bad about the cryptocurrency market. Definitely get with a community. It's the most valuable thing I've ever done. And this community actually helps me, believe it or not, more than I probably help it. And that's true. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I messed up a couple times, but this is real. If you like the quality of this content, hit like. If you don't, leave some constructive criticism. Subscribe for more video updates. And like I always say, if you don't get with it, you will get left behind. Thanks for watching this, guys. Catch you in the next one.